Hey guys, I am back after a long break. I think the last podcast was in March. So it's been a minute. And I was looking at my phone. I was like, okay, what's going on with my podcast? Just out of curiosity, I just finished teaching and people are still listening. So I was like, I have to do something. Like, I owe it to whoever's listening out there. Thank you, by the way. It means a lot to me. I always knew that when things would restart with the sort of the music scene here in Ottawa, that the podcast would become sort of secondary. But I always wanted to stay like connected to it. So I've been chiming in and I've been making it sort of a blog every month. I write a sentence the start of every month, or at least I try. Uh, to do it at the beginning, but every month there's something there on the website if you guys check that out. And I've been meaning to do another podcast episode. I just have not made the time. I'd love to say I haven't got the time, but the reality is I have time. I just haven't been making the time and it's been busy. So a lot of auditions, a couple of sort of lessons, or I guess I went to this big trombone festival in Italy in April, and that was a big point for me. And I just wanted to chime in today and talk a bit about being consistent and where I've come and how far I've come these past months. I guess what I've done in the past, what has it been, like 4 or 5 months, whatever, and share a bit of my journey about what I've been doing and how it's been working out. So for those of you who have been wondering, I am no longer injured, pardon me, and I've been tackling that by doing a lot of morning stretches. So after my breakfast or before my breakfast, when I wake up at 7, I'll do some yoga and I focus a lot on my wrists because that's where the problem areas were. So, like forearms, and now that's been helping a lot. And I've been going to the swimming pool for a half hour 3 times a week at least. And those things combined have really changed it for me. So I'm able to practice longer. Things have been falling into place and I'm able to be just more proficient at what I do without harming myself. So I'm really happy about that. And the key is really consistency. So how how do I keep myself in check? I think the easiest way is to write stuff down. I mean, in my room, I have my whiteboards, and I just wrote down at the end of my day today after I finished teaching what students I have for tomorrow. And it reminds me because I can only remember so many things. And if I see it, then it's another motivation for me to to just do the activity. Another way to help myself out is I haven't done it yet, but before I go swimming, then so before the next day, I already prepare my bag. So I put my Gatorade in there, my towel, my bathing suit, my lock, and it just makes it easier so that I just when I go in my car, I just shove my bag in it, and then I'm ready to go. And then it's already preset the day before, so I don't have to worry about thinking about it. I try and be lazy, lazy in the sense that I don't want to think about it a few minutes before what I'm about to do. Sort of, I go to bed and the day's already made for me uh, the next day. So, tomorrow I already have a rough idea of what I'm going to do. And then there are moments where it's like sort of planned chaos. So that's a way to plan it. The other way of staying consistent, I think we all need um, external sources of inspiration to be consistent. So whether that's a mentor, friend, platform. For me, what brought me into being consistent, I can't really say it's consistent, but I'm still doing more podcasting than I did, I think, 2 years ago, because that wasn't the case. I didn't even have a podcast, but Podbean, since it's on my phone, I look at it and I'm like, shoot, I need to do something. And, you know, I didn't get rid of it and I stayed open to the idea of doing another podcast. So that platform sort of pulls me together. And that brings me to the third point, and that's also, friends or peers or people. And whoever's listening to me right now, however small that is, it helps me to be accountable with the content that I upload, even though it's not my sole purpose to upload because I'm a performing artist and that's what I do. But I still really enjoy doing these podcasts, however small they are, and whatever audience they reach. It's cool for me to have that, and it's also a way, another outlet for me to see something concretely of what I'm doing. Because sometimes when you work on music, you don't get it firsthand of what you're doing. It's a lot of it you can't really see it. But when I look at my podcasting stuff, I'm like, well, shoot, I've done all of this podcasting and it's there somewhere in the internet, somewhere dissipated. I don't know where. No one knows where. Maybe someone does. But at any rate, those are three solid sources. So I have my list, once you get it out of your brain. So don't rely on your brain too much to remember to do stuff, because for me, realistically, I get sidetracked, whether it's, playing a video game with a friend, or going out to the beach and playing some volleyball, or life in general, or my nephew. There's always something. The second thing is technology or a platform or an external source. So maybe a post-it, which I guess classifies itself more in the first list. But I think maybe a technological reminder, so a platform, maybe a mentor platform that you can use. And then the third one is really like friends, peers, family, friends, all those people who, when you decide to throw in the towel, they don't give up on you. And that's great. Another possible way is if you teach or if you choose to help someone, that can also help you be, because then you need to figure out a different way, a different approach for that person that you're helping to be consistent. So if you're not right off the bat a consistent person, by helping someone become more consistent, or more reliable, or I guess consistent is key here, what I meant. You have to figure out for yourself, and then you have to figure out a way how to teach it. And more often than not, you need several approaches to how you can be consistent in order for the individual that you're feeding this information to, so that they get it, or that it becomes relevant to their circumstances, their life, their setting, whatever. So, that's really a short uh, input on my side. I could go on for ages here about the things that I've been doing the past month, but I think I would just get lost in a sort of tangent about everything that I've been doing. The important thing is that I'm safe, healthy. My nephew is also very healthy, and he's a happy guy. He loves the trombone. So do I, obviously. And I'm very active here in the community. So I'm playing, teaching, and it's a really cool beginning, I think, the season has died down because it's August. So I think we're going to see a little bit less of music in terms of what's going on in terms of shows for now. But once the fall season comes, I think things are going to be pretty exciting for me in terms of auditions, shows, teaching, and hopefully I can get some people on here to do more live podcasting or just podcasting in general. So yeah, thank you for chiming in, and hope to see you guys very, very soon. Take care. Bye now.